Good evening and welcome to another episode of The Live Place, I guess. I'm very glad to have the panel. Who is the panel? Well, they are none other than the prestigious T-TownMaryEllen, Sooner Girl LeAnne, and Epcot Bob, my brother, who likes Epcot. And of course, humble me. Welcome to this live stream. Thank you, panel guests. Now, here's a question. Who's missing
Prestigious? I
tonight?
like that. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, it's a big word.
Okay.
And if you hadn't noticed, there's somebody we are missing, and that is our good friend Roadtrip Dave, as some seem to call him the life of the party. I'm not sure why, but we'll get by. We'll get by. Mary Ellen, how are you doing tonight with the
I'm doing
orange
well,
ears?
thank you, Dean.
Nice to see the orange ears.
Yes.
And we have got LeAnne, Sooner Girl Travels, on her phone. It looks wonderful, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
Sounds
Sounds good.
good. Yep. Perfect. How are you, LeAnne?
Doing good after how many nights? What is it, Mary Ellen? 2 nights of storms?
Yes,
Yeah, you guys got clobbered.
yeah, a lot of flooding.
Wow. I'm glad you're all okay.
Yeah, no
Thank
kidding.
you.
A lot of
And then,
flooding.
of course, my brother Epcot Bob, who was nice enough to join us. And as somebody mentioned, maybe we should call him Airplane Bob.
Yeah. I guess my wife kind of looks at him and shakes her head like that doesn't fit her decor, but oh well. I like him. So
Oh, they're awesome. Okay, let's say hi
see
to the
Rob Fuzz is here. Hey Rob.
yeah. Let's say hi to the chat. We've got Keith BDF, who is going to Disney
Hey,
World
Keith.
5 weeks. He's going to be going live a lot while he's down there, so stay tuned. And then, of course, my partner and our friend
Rob the
Rob
man.
Fuzz. Woohoo!
Ooh.
And of course, Mark, Wonderful World of Walter's Dad. And they are an awesome
Hey.
channel, good family channel. And let me keep going down. All right. And here we go, Najuma Brown. Always a very faithful
Hey.
watcher. Najuma, nice to have you here. We've got Francisco, another faithful watcher. Thank you for being here. Hey, look at this. We got Bill's odds and ends.
Hey Bill.
Well,
Man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, great to see you again.
Good to see you. Hope you and Lori are well. And I believe I'm caught up. All right, guys, let's go ahead and bring on our guest. And the guest tonight, we're going to drill. And I mean put some pressure on him. We have got none other than Ed from Texas Takes.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Ed.
Great to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Is everything big in Texas today, Ed?
Always. Yes. Including the storms.
That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? I mean, was it tornadoes or was it just?
Oh no, this year's been dry. I'm talking
Okay.
about the February of last year when we had all the power outages, and I actually recorded the temperature because it had a battery backup. It got down to 5 degrees here. That
Oh,
doesn't
boy.
happen in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's Minnesota weather.
Yeah, we're not insulated for 5 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's great to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
Well, Ed, nice to have you. It looks like Rob Fuzz says he met you in front of the Mexico Pavilion.
I did. I was with Walt, excuse me, Walt and Melissa, and we interrupted Rob's lunch, actually. So thanks, Rob, for coming out and saying hello. Appreciate
Well,
it.
Rob is lucky, and I do want to do a little shout out for Rob. He has been planning. He is the event coordinator for this huge Universal event called Music After Dark with Maroon 5, which is coming up in August. And if you are into that, you should definitely check musicafterdark.com. And Rob is the event coordinator, and it is really cool what he's putting together for there. It's like a night where you can go, you see Maroon 5, you have the whole park to only 4,000 people till like 1 in the morning. I hope I'm getting
wow.
this all right. And I don't know if you know this, Bob, but our sister is going.
Oh, really?
Wow.
She
Oh.
is.
Yeah, now our sister lives down in Florida. What's wrong with us?
She lives in Cape Coral.
Yeah.
We also have Sherry Awesome Sunsets here. Nice to have you here, Sherry.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey,
Good to see
Sherry.
you.
Oh, and we've got Emma and her mom and dad, Kevin and Melissa from the Talking Mickey Project. Really great
Hey.
channel.
Hey, Emma.
They've been growing. And did I say hi to Kelly yet? Kelly
Hi,
of the
Kelly.
Mickey
Hey.
Bunch. Nice to have you
Yeah.
here.
We met Kelly, didn't
We
we,
did
Dana?
indeed.
One time. It was awesome.
At Pop Century, and then we ran into her daughter a couple of times.
Yeah, that's right. Great.
All right.
Great channel.
people. Yep, and great channel.
All right. I'm just
All
catching
these great channels.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
I mean, it's amazing.
Wow, look at all these comments. All right, guys. Sorry, all right. And this is that. Now I know that's Emma because she does
It's
call me
Emma.
Mr. Dean. Nice to see you, Emma. All right, guys, we are going to ask Ed. Ed, we're gonna drill you on Disney. This is the Disney drill, and we've got a ton of questions prepared. And I don't want you to feel any pressure or anything, but you better get them right. We're going to go around the horn, and I'm going to have everyone. You guys all got your questions ready, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking of them right now.
Okay. You're in trouble, man.
That's the best way to go.
So, Ed, before that, I'm sorry, I wanted to say, so I put a poll on the site, and I asked people, what's Ed's other hobby? Is it antique cars? Does he fly helicopters? Is it deep sea diving, or is it goat farming? And 8 out of 9 people got it right. They said antique cars. So as you said, I guess you're a bit of an open book in this regard.
Yes. Guilty.
Tell us a little bit about antique cars, and I've seen you live stream some of your events. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just did one not recently. We have a monthly event, Pistons on the Square in Georgetown, and it's an informal gathering. It started father and son, and now it's really grown. And so that's one of the videos I put out most recently. Is I like to go out there and share that. But it's been my first car was pushed home. It was a '66 Ford Thunderbird.
Nice.
My dad said, when you get it running, you can drive. And I was 15 at the time, and it took me all of that year to get it going. So we started there. My dad was into it. He restored several old Willys Jeeps. So CJ2s primarily. And so it just kind of went on. So with my brothers and now my son, I'm so happy he's into it too. But the number of cars out there and parts can get overwhelming. But yeah, it's just always been a passion. And the car that I'm most passionate about is the 1924 Model T. I love taking that out and educating children about how life was before the automobile. And why this car changed so many things, because it was so inexpensive and it opened up. It was designed to ride off-road because they were wagon roads, and so why the wheels looked away and things like that. And it just really sense of appreciation of how things have developed over the years and how technology has changed the way we lived, and folks that had to load up a wagon and take a day to go into town and may have to stay overnight and then come back to get their goods. And, it's just in just a short period of time, when you look at it, that car's coming up on 100 years old, but that's a short period of time for such drastic change. And, and it's fun to share that and let folks understand how we lived, not so long ago. But yeah, it just, love seeing folks, the passion, folks getting into it. Want to see children, young adults getting into it as well, and sharing those history lessons. And some of them are memories. When folks buy these cars, they remember riding in the back shelf of the car on the way to Disney. So not that I say do that.
I'm going to guess that you were a fan of And I'm assuming you were at Epcot in the glory years of the World of Motion ride.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That was an amazing ride. I
Yeah.
love the animatronics. I Test Track is fun, and even the previous version I thought was a little bit better. This one to me reminds me of Tron, if you will.
Yeah.
But, and it's a popular ride,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it'd be more don't know what folks how they react to World of Motion today, but yes, to answer your question, World of Motion was
Yeah.
I love that ride.
I remember a scene in World of Motion, and it was just a video of a park, and I don't remember if it was a Model T, but there was an old car tootling down the road there, and people out on picnics, and it just a happier time.
Mm-hmm.
John of Surf Bum is here. How you doing, John?
Hey, John.
All right, time to get into it. So Ed, this is you know, you can answer these questions however you like, but
Okay.
we're gonna go
I like
around the
truth or non-truth. All right, got it.
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Let me think about that. How about we try truthfully? I just don't want you to feel pressure from Bob because you know he demands a high level of excellence, but you can answer him however you want.
So
All right.
you got the B team. The A team member Heather is not here at the moment.
I'm not going to ask tough trivia questions or anything.
Come on, man. True. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to start with Mary Ellen because that's the way it looks in my display here. Mary Ellen, Disney question number 1.
Okay, Ed. What is, if you have a first park that you like to go to when you first arrive, what is that? And what would be the last park that you like to see before you leave?
First park is going to be the Magic Kingdom. Just since my first visit was in 1974. It was before there was a Space Mountain, a Splash Mountain, even a Big Thunder Mountain. But it was amazing. I was a young boy at the time, and seeing just the fact that we rode to the TTC, and there's this monorail that's going to transport us across this journey over this lake into this new kingdom, new kind of world. So it just, I over the years, I know all the shortcuts and everything else, but nothing like it when I either step off the boat, get off the monorail, get through the ticket center or the scanners and hear that music. And then walk in, and we have popcorn machine on both ends because you're supposed to be walking into a movie and the smell of that popcorn. I have to do that first.
Good call.
Now, the second piece, and I will say, Epcot has now become, as for Heather and I, right up there. I mean, they're neck and neck. I'd say the last is probably Animal Kingdom. Unfortunately, the Hollywood Studios, we love the theming of going down Boulevard and the music there as well. Animal Kingdom just always seems hot to me. To Heather, I don't know why.
It is.
But I love the safari piece. Is an incredible piece of work of mastering the visual concept from those roads, and we did the Sabre Savannah tour as well, which was really enjoyable. You're different type of truck. You come out and you talk to the folks that are working on the Savannah, and then you have, I don't know if you've seen, if you go by that Mickey pool with the flamingos, but up on the right on the hill is a building, a wood building, and that's where they take you, and they serve you cheeses and things like that. And there's a walkway over to where the lions are back there you can't see, and you can watch the lions and the zebras come up, and it's just that's probably one of the neatest pieces. For excitement, we love Expedition Everest. That was cool.
Yeah.
Not as, it's just tough. They're all pretty good. So
recently
answer.
reopened. Yeah.
I agree with your answer. I would say the same thing.
I know what Bob would do.
Actually, Epcot would be up there with me before Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah. They're
Epcot
really
might just go a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
can tell you-
the condition of what if you asked me what it was before, and
Oh yeah.
might be different, but
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
That's a good answer.
It's a good answer.
Hey, Rod Priester. Hello, Beyond Disabilities, Texas. Good to have you all here.
Hey.
All right, Bob. Now we know your question. Your answer to the last one would have been first Epcot, last Epcot, and everyone in between Epcot. But
I do get to the other parks just to remind me how much I like Epcot. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good one.
I do. No, I do like them all, and I hear what you're saying, especially with it kind of Walcott for here for a while. It's
Yeah.
it's not as good as it has been. So hopefully, once they get stuff done, it'll be good.
Yeah, I meant the education aspect of it. I thought was really fun. Enjoyed
Mhm.
that, and
Yep.
the way Communicore was. The new creation shop. It's all merchandising now. And
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, just even that word Communicore, I don't know. I just like it.
yeah.
All right, I'll go with my question, and that is just so I know Ed and you and Heather get down there quite often, which is nice, and we've seen you on other streams. So my question is, when you go, do you like to stay on site, and do you normally stay on site? Is that your favorite way to do it, or do you stay off site?
And well, we normally, because we do it often, we normally rent a condo and a car. The prices on the hotel, the value you get 30 minutes early. So
Yeah, I hear you.
and the prices from the condo that we use versus we stayed at Coronado Springs for the last visit in March. I mean, that's $550 a night
Wow.
compared to $200 for the condo. So that, but staying in Coronado Springs, Heather, for our next trip in October, she's booked it in the tower because she said, I want to do this again, because we sat there, we were on a high level floor, and we can see the harmonious fireworks and show from there. And we just kind of turned the lights down and moved the chairs over to the window and watched that and played the same kind of music on the phone in the background.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Especially if I go with the family, we'll stay off site just because we want rooms and everybody wants a little to spread out a little bit. And so
yeah, when I was young, because there was only the Contemporary in the Polynesian, we would stay at the Contemporary, and this wasn't that often, but that was really neat because they had like the restaurants in the floor area. You had a French restaurant, Spanish, different cultures around there. As you drove the monorail by, you can see them down there. The little mini boats, and people used to sell. There was little sailboats you could get. And,
oh wow,
yeah. So different times.
Yeah. Also, somebody must have called out this because all of a sudden we got a bunch of new people here. So welcome to Ron Darrell Adventures. I also saw MGM Family Travel. So Bill and Lucy, good to see you. Mouse Talk, which they're famous. So we're honored.
Walt and Melissa.
Yeah.
Walt, good to see you. Melissa. And then did I see somebody else? That might have been it. But anyway. All right, LeAnne, it's your turn.
Well, it's hard to follow T-TownMaryEllen and Bob. So, Bob's going to have a lot of the deep questions probably, but I'm going to throw out a hypothetical here. Say you was in Orlando, you can only go to one park and ride one ride. What would you choose?
I got that one.
This is Spaceship Earth.
Nice.
That's I love that ride.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I have a candle right here that I bought. It's Rome Burning. Now, my wife, now, Heather's not too excited because it's strong. And she says, "We're making the house smell like a barbecue."
It smells like. Does it smell like sulfur? Or
Yeah, it smells like, well, I don't know. No, it's
Rome
not sulfur. It
It
smells
smells like
like,
Rome burning. That's
yeah,
the
it smells
standard,
like,
right?
oh, okay.
it smells like you're cooking oak.
Yeah.
That's an awesome candle. So, LeAnne, you took my question. Darn it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. I'll remove
I was
number.
trying to think outside the box here, but
But
No, it was good.
I do want to follow up. If you asked me about Magic Kingdom, and I didn't say the Magic Kingdom, I love the Small World. I love the detail, Mary Blair's theming, the costumes and what it took to make them. I know folks get upset about the song after a little while, but I love that ride.
Yeah. Here comes another Ed on the scene, the Viapre project. Nice to have you here,
oh,
Ed.
Viapre.
All right. Well, all right. No, don't worry, LeAnne. I have plenty of questions. And mine are so silly now that I've heard your guys' questions. Let's say you had 2 Mickey ice cream bars and you ate one of them. All right. I'm just kidding. What is the Disney? All right. Now don't make me laugh. All right.
We want to hear the rest of that, Dean.
No,
What's the second line?
I lost my train of thought. All I know is the answer is 1. That's all I remember. Okay. Disney resort with the best lobby. How's that?
Oh, that's a tough one.
There's good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the yacht club when you go in, but what's that one at the end of the Skyliner?
Riviera?
But yeah, that one's nice. But if you say the best, the Grand Floridian.
Oh yeah.
That's just, and I wish the piano player was back because that was so neat to go in there and hear that soft tone of the piano. Unfortunately, the Enchanted Rose pushed that piece out, but yeah, that's where it used to be up there. It's when they would have the full band, they were on that second level, and it just radiated through the lobby up there.
Nice answer. All right, Nick of Movie Mania. Nick is here. Nice to have you here.
Hey.
All right, Mary-Ellen, we're back to you.
Okay. And
Okay.
and this can be any park, but let's say the parks are super crowded and you're wanting to just get away for a minute to chill and to relax. What place in one of those parks do you go to a quiet spot to get a little bit relief from the crowds?
Carousel of Progress.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a great. That's sometimes. Unfortunately, sometimes I fall asleep in.
Yeah.
I hear you.
It's just good air conditioning out of the Florida heat. The little tune going in the background, and the history of that ride vehicle. Yeah, that's where I like to relax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Now you said in each park, right?
No, you could pick any park.
Oh, okay. All right. That'd be the one.
I like that.
Cool answer. And Grandma's really good at video games. I know that. On Carousel. All right.
I was trying to think. Whoa.
I was like, where's he going with this?
Yeah.
Well, that's always what I think of first when I think of Carousel of Progress.
975.
Yeah, she's awesome. All right, Bob, we're back to you.
Okay. So my questions are I'm just curious about your interests. What are your top couple restaurants that you and Heather like?
It's one of mine.
Sorry, Dave. When you're in the parks.
We shy away from chain restaurants, Bob. So they're going to be locally owned. So most folks aren't going to know them, but we love Dos Salsas. It's the one here in town. There's another group. Matter of fact, I just took Heather to dinner there. There was a blue corn harvest, things like that. If I have to go to a chain restaurant, I'll tell you, I I haven't been to an Olive Garden in probably 10, 12 years. They built one here in Georgetown. I thought, and everything was packed. And so they weren't. And we went and had a meal there. And it was actually really good. I was surprised. I don't know what changed, but yeah, we really try to hit the local family-owned establishments as much as possible.
How about in the parks? Do you have any favorite in the parks themselves?
Oh yeah, yeah. Le Cellier is really good.
We love Le Cellier.
I haven't had a bad steak there yet. Now the bread service I'm not a fan of, but the steak makes up for it. And most of the service we've had there has been incredible. The other, I know it's not really in the park. It's the new 71 steak, or no, what is it called? Is that it? The one in that.
Oh, in the Contemporary?
Used to be the Wave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That, if you haven't been with the remodel, and the service is great. The main manager came out and welcomed us, and it's just the artwork. If you go as you're going in, the artwork on the sides, and I'm sure that there's a lot of videos about it. It's just old pictures of the park being built. It just it hits the marks for us. It's a really, really good place there as well.
We'll have to try that because we haven't been there since it was the Wave the last time we were there. So.
And we enjoyed Cinderella's Royal Table. Matter of fact, we went there again back in March. Love going up that little tiny staircase. That's what it would be like in Europe. It's very narrow and things like that. And the food there was really good. I know I sound surprised and I shouldn't, but it was. Sometimes theme park food can be
nowadays. Yeah. Cool.
Nice. LeAnne.
Okay. So, the rides have narration, a lot of them. Can you quote one line from any of the rides?
Oh, goodness. Quote a line on the spot.
Yeah, on the spot.
Yeah.
No pressure.
I got the backside of
hang
water.
on to your hats and glasses, friends, because this is the wildest ride in the wilderness.
There you go.
Very nice. All right. That's a good question. You guys have good ones.
Yeah.
All right. My next question, as I make it deeper and more meaningful, is what is the best walkway in Disney? And what I mean by is from what location, like a hotel to a park, or what is the best walkway that allows you to meditate about deep things? And
I think the walk from we when we're on, well, it's not technically on site, it's not a Disney property, but we'd like to stay at the Dolphin. We love the location. The prices are normally really good. The rooms we get are okay. Matter of fact, the walk wherever you sleep to the exit, the hotel can be quite long.
Oh yeah,
because it is a convention hotel. Yeah. But that walk, once you exit that, go around the boardwalk, and then you head to Hollywood Studios, and as you watch the boats, friendship boats pass by. That's a nice walk.
So you can walk from there to the Hollywood Studios?
Absolutely. Yep. It'll take you about 15, 20 minutes tops.
Really? Why did I not know that? Have we ever done that, Bob?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think we have. I mean,
Dean,
I have.
What's the last thing you remember you did at Disney?
Let's see. I went to Epcot because my shirt says it.
I got this one.
Ooh,
that's a nice one.
That is nice. Of course, the walk from Dolphin or Swan to Epcot, I think, is beautiful. I mean, that's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you can go all the way down.
I'm curious how that when this contract expires, what'll happen, because they had the company. I think the way this works, and Bob, correct me, but the company that helped build Epcot as part of the contract got to have the hotels built as part of a long-term contract deal, and that's why it's not a Disney property.
Yeah, you know more than I do.
All right.
So that was way back in the beginning. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember watching them go up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, T-TownMaryEllen.
Okay. Ed, what is your favorite after hours event?
Before or now?
Yeah, right.
Either. You get to pick.
We don't have Fantasmic. That's amazing. Loved Fantasmic. Not Harmonious is neat. I just can't get off my mind the way we lost the visual across the World Showcase. So it was Happily Ever After. I think I play that song so often. But the changes that they're making to the new show have made some improvements, and the projection technology is pretty neat. So, but give me back Happily Ever After.
Did you prefer Illuminations over Harmonious?
Oh heavens, yes.
Yeah.
Heavens,
for many reasons. I think the audio, like you say, you didn't have to be in a specific spot. They didn't have to leave those obstacles out in the lake.
It's interesting because it's kind of a bit of an apples and orange. I mean, Harmonious is incredible and
visually,
dazzling, but of course, I'm an Illuminations guy, so for me it's nostalgic, and so and then just the after Illuminations walkout, I remember, is just some of the best times at Epcot.
The music and the way it ended. And that globe was just an engineering marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be removed.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was fun to watch it get brought in.
Yeah.
Right.
Bob bought that globe, by the way. It's in his
I'm still trying to get it shipped to my house. But
I thought the Harmonious barges were supposed to shoot water during the day and be a little more attractive than just sitting there. So
but
I'm misheard something.
I agree. All right, back to LeAnne.
No, I think Bob, right?
Oh, did I miss you, Bob?
You skipping me?
I'm sorry.
Did we say hi to Scott Scherer? Hey, Scott.
Oh yeah, forgot. Scott Scherer, how you doing, man? By the way, can I say this now? Well, should I say it, Mary Ellen? I'm not sure. Okay, we're planning to have Scott Scherer on a live stream, and
cool.
Yeah, so we need to work that out. We haven't done that yet, but maybe he'll be our next guest on the panel. Who knows?
Got to warn you, Scott. They're tough.
Tough questions. Okay, so my question is, how did you get kind of plugged into this Disney YouTube community for the very first time? Who did you discover, and how did you kind of get plugged in?
It's a real good question. As far as we started watching when Tim started doing his videos of Disney and kind of focusing on that, and then we kind of picked up on watching that, and then seeing some of the comments. I'd look and see if some of those other folks had channels that were related. And in 2000, I want to say it was 2016, I found Josh's channel, and he was just doing vlogs. These were the early days, but he was kind of consistent, and I could tell that he had an extreme passion for Disney, and the work he was putting into it. And then, there's so many folks that are here that I subscribe to as well. And it's not, it doesn't have to be just Disney, but it tends to, anything I do on the channel, if it's Disney, I get views. Some of the other stuff, I'll get 4 or 5.
Disney sells easily.
Yeah, actually, me and Dean kind of got plugged in really through Josh and Jenna as well. I think, we were just kind of poking around, like, too, and I saw some of the really good vlogs, like, Tim Tracker and those guys, and
Yeah.
But then I came across Josh and Jenna's channel, and right away I just thought, this is what I'm looking for. This, and so I sent a note to Dean, hey, check out these guys, and so that was, I think, I want to say that was 2017, maybe. I can't remember.
Yep, 2017
So,
was.
yeah, that's how we got plugged into.
Well, when YouTube started growing, I'd put that in the search. That's how I found you all, because of your, what was that video? It's super popular. Your version of soaring, I think it is.
Minicot.
Minicot. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. What's that? I don't know what the view count is on that, but I thought this is really cool. These folks went and into a barn or shed or whatever you did, put lining up, put a big swinging chair in there, put the kids in there, and just started swinging.
Well,
our wives still shake their heads at us when they think about it.
Yeah. And I want to take a lot of credit for it, but actually I can't, because there's the genius right there. But
Dean did as much work as I did, but we dreamed together. It was fun.
It was fun. And hello, Blaine, Really Creative Travel. Good to have you
Hey.
and our Mallory here. So,
Blaine.
all right. Now I think we're down to LeAnne.
Okay. So Disney World has a lot of water rides. You got Splash Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Frozen, It's a Small World, Living with the Land, and the Three Caballeros. I'm just naming off the top of my head here. Which water ride, sitting in a boat, riding through, do you prefer the best?
Well, first, if I may, bring back Maelstrom.
Yeah. 100%.
The best water ride. Well, in terms of theming and design, Splash Mountain is incredible. The way, and it's a long ride, and that too has. I know it was a little bit better than what I saw in March. Like when you went through the cave, you used to have water spurting up over you, similar to over by Imagination area. And those don't work. You don't see the rabbit going along the sidewall in the first room. So it looks like there's some maintenance fatigue going on there, but that is a really neat ride. But Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't think about it. Jungle Cruise.
Oh,
I forgot Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
This water one.
Yeah. And Jungle Cruise is really dependent on having a great guide up there, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, my last one was hilarious. He'd lay down on the floor, put his leg up on the steering wheel. I mean, he just had the whole boat rolling.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's me. All right. Well, that's kind of a negative question, but let's go on to the next one. Well, so I'm assuming you and Heather occasionally will catch a Disney movie, correct?
Oh, yes.
So who is your favorite villain in a Disney movie? I'm really going out there on a limb.
Favorite villain. Ooh. Yeah, you are. Gee, I'd have to go down the list of all of them. You got them all listed, then I can pick.
I'll just tell you mine. No, I know my favorite villain. You can include Star Wars. You can include Marvel. You can include anything.
Yeah. Captain Hook.
Oh yeah.
And that's what makes that the Peter Pan ride really neat is he's the key actor, right?
Yeah.
If you talk modern, Maleficent is really cool, and I love watching that in the parade. And they're good movies to me. I thought they were well made.
Do you like the Hook version, the real one with Robin Williams and
It's the cartoon for me. The Robin Williams was a genius, good acting, and I did enjoy it. But it was the cartoon.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought Dustin Hoffman, right, was Hook.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought he hit it out of the park. I
Oh
really,
gosh, yes.
really liked his job. Okay. We are back to T-Town.
Okay. I know you pretty much been there at different times of the year round.
Yeah.
What's your favorite event to attend? Wine, food and wine, flower and garden? Which one stands out to you as something you always want to go see?
What's the not food and wine, not flower garden? It's the art one. What do they call it? We like that one.
Festival of the Arts.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Festival of the Arts. That being able to meet the artist, like we had a Winberg painting autographed by the artist was there. He drew on the one of Heather's favorite characters on the back, and signed it. That was an experience. But yeah, Festival of the Arts is really cool just to see all that. But yeah, but as far as like other parties, I'd say that one, that's what Epcot has now. It is a perpetual festival of something.
Yes.
It didn't used to be that way, but that's a huge draw because it changes, it evolves each year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Good answer.
Good one.
Yeah, I think I like I like actually food and wine, even though I'm not a wine guy, but I like the food. And so my favorite is probably that, just because the food selection is so good in the booths, there. But Festival of the Arts is good too. It's great festival.
Good time of the year for us to go to Festival of the Arts.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. You're not in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You usually try to get there, January, February. So that's, I think that's right when they're doing that, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. January is like spring break, though. Well, at least it was.
I know. Yeah. It's changed a little bit now. There's no quiet time anymore.
Not much downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really credit Chapek for that. So, okay. Well, anyway.
Okay, Dave.
I'm sorry.
Watch the chat blow up.
Yeah. Okay. Bob.
All right. So my question is, let's say money was no object, Ed, and you got to choose anywhere on site to stay at one of the hotels. Where would you stay?
Contemporary. Now, I don't know what the room changes, but being able to, in one of those rooms facing the Magic Kingdom, that you can look out on, that would be good. Second would be Polly, but Polly's going to have a big DVC next to it. I'm a little distraught about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grand Floridian is really a nice choice too. But I got to go original. I got to go to that first. Yeah. I mean, that's
a hard one, because I go between Contemporary and Poly, but I like the Poly so much, I would probably just bump that up just ahead of Contemporary as just for the atmosphere. But Contemporary is nice because you can just walk right into Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
There's
that new lobby is really, really nice. They did a good job on the lobby. I haven't seen the incredible rooms yet. Not sure how that's going to be.
Very good.
Okay, LeAnne.
Okay. Do you have a Disney bucket list item that you haven't done yet?
A bucket list item.
Haven't been to Disney.
I haven't been to Disneyland. Heather and I were talking about that. Our passes only work at Disney World, and so that's where we keep landing. But I want to get back on Mr. Toad's. I want to see the Snow White ride. I missed that ride, and And we have a princess meet and greet there now. And Alice in Wonderland. And then, And then the Pirates of the Caribbean looks so much different in Disneyland.
Yeah.
I want to see those original rides in person. So that's kind of our bucket list item because we haven't done that.
In my opinion, Pirates at Disneyland is nicer.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It kind of goes through that restaurant. It's kind of, it's cool. And I think you said you like It's a Small World. There's an element in Disneyland where it takes you outside.
Right. Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Definitely. All right. Okay, so then it's my question. Kelly's saying Disneyland is a must. You will fall in love, and I've heard so many people it is their favorite. And
didn't Kelly just got back from there? I think, right? So
yeah.
So
Pirates,
we got to get back there, Dean. It's been a long time.
I know, and we've never been on the Cars thing, correct?
Right.
Never seen World of Color.
We were there in 2009.
Yeah.
And that was the last time. So
yeah, I'd like to go around October because from the videos I've seen, because I haven't been there, what they do to the Haunted Mansion is amazing. The makeover they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Ed, you mentioned 74 was your first trip to Disney World, I believe. And that was the same year Bob and I went to Disneyland the first time.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We were just kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. All right. My next question is a little bit different, but have you ever thought about moving to Florida?
Absolutely. We've been looking at buying a condo and then putting on Airbnb or whatever, and as an investment, but we should have done it 3 years ago because the prices we were looking at then and what we're seeing now. Now there's a nice one off Sherbeth Road that's brand new construction. And if you don't know where Sherbeth Road is, it's right there next to Animal Kingdom. It's a back way that I take when the parks are crowded that I can go on and exit. So that takes you out to that Carl Munson. Well, I forget the name. You need a map.
Erlo Bronson.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I think Bob is talking your language now. Is that same back route you talk about?
Yeah. So Sherbeth Road, and actually it's getting kind of well known now. I think probably because of Google Maps, and so Sherbeth Road is now getting kind of backed up if you leave at a park closing, one of the park closings. Sometimes that whole strip is just, all the way up to 192 is backed up. So
yeah, well, I used it because coming off World Drive onto 192 was backed up all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting down there. Let's see.
This is fun.
Is it you don't mind? Can you stay for another couple, 3?
3 hours?
Okay.
Hours?
Maybe not. All right. We'll keep moving here. T-Town.
Okay. Very basic, but what's your favorite snack?
Favorite snack? Disney popcorn. I don't know what it is about popcorn at the Magic Kingdom, and I'm not a popcorn eater, but I have to have a box of it when I'm there. So that's it. Now the second Mary Ellen would be what are those? The egg rolls, the spring rolls over by Adventureland. Those cheeseburger spring rolls are good. And even when they look bad, they'll look brown and burnt. Good. I wouldn't eat too many of them.
Blaine brings up a great point. After all these millions, I mean tens of millions if you want to be more accurate, viewers who will see this now know the back roads.
We didn't talk about that on the pre-show.
Maybe I'll try to edit it out. Yeah.
In fact, I think it's backing up right now.
Did you hear what they said? Kelly is.
That'd be a good thing for the live place.
That's right. Well, the best video we've ever had by far is Bob's mini cot video, and that
Yeah.
isn't even on this channel. It's on the Dreamers Empire one.
Yeah, it's funny because mine that actually I finally have one that hit 3,000 views.
Wow.
Is Flight of Passage I did with GoPro, and I've done several since then. But somehow that one went somewhere, and each day, I see several views, and then the other one is when a buddy of mine were landing this old 1946 air coupe at this super small airstrip, and that gets views every day.
That was a good video, though.
Yeah. Oh, look,
it was nerve-wracking, but
it was a scary landing because you had to split those trees and get on the runway as soon as possible. Not to mention the power lines.
Was your buddy Harrison Ford by any chance?
No.
Okay.
No. He's a retired Air Force colonel.
Yeah. Oh, your buddy is? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Harrison Ford might consider retiring. He's had a few plane accidents.
Well, yeah,
well, he landed on a taxiway.
Yeah, the FAA, they're tough, and those things don't go over lightly.
It's funny because he had to call the FAA when he did that, and so they have the audio because they make all the audio available, and so somebody put it up on YouTube, and so you hear Harrison Ford call the FAA office, and the lady answers and says, hello, this is the FAA field office, and in Harrison Ford's voice, he goes, yeah, I'm the schmuck that just landed on the taxiway.
I appreciate his ownership. Yeah. Normally you make any mistake where you didn't listen to the tower. When you have a moment, I've got a number for you to contact.
Yeah.
Those are words you never want to hear.
When you hear those words, you're like, oh no. They make it sound so, just give us a little ring.
Yeah.
But that's the call of your lifetime.
Yeah. You could lose your license.
Yeah. And she asked when he called you, she says, well, how's your day going? He goes, not very well.
Very transparent.
That's a real pilot deviation right there.
Yeah.
The guy has escaped death a few times, even on set once. But I can't remember where we left off now. Is it Bob next?
It is me. I'll also say that I got to see Harrison Ford at Oshkosh a few years back, the air show we got to, and so he came in, he flew in and did a little presentation, and then they showed one of the new Star Wars movies. So yeah, it was kind of cool. So
yeah, nothing like Air Adventure.
Yeah, Air Adventure's awesome. Yeah, it's quite the show. Okay, so what's my next? Okay, my question is, what's your favorite attraction that's not there anymore?
I got that one.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Of the past, of the ones that have closed, which is the one I guess you missed the most?
Well, this is easy. Great Movie Ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not mine, but that is a good one.
Yeah, I Mickey's Runaway is cute. I'm not a big fan of the screens. Probably good, kids, I'm sure, enjoy it, but the Great Movie Ride, the fact that the cast members were also actors in the ride, and the finale in the theater is all 4 ride vehicles kind of moved in there simultaneously, and you watched the movies over history. That's the MGM studios, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that hurt to see that.
I totally agree with you. The other one's well done, no question. It's technologically good, but it's just no comparison to the Great Movie Ride.
I just wish they could have put it. There's those buildings off to the right that nobody goes to. There's plenty of room to put the railway over there.
Right.
Agreed.
Right.
I'm on mute. Okay. LeAnne.
Okay. In honor of Road Trip Dave, I'm going to take us off the rails here. If you
off the runaway railway rails from LeAnne.
This may be a hard one. Dean said we could ask some hard ones, but use your own discretion. If you could spend a day with Bob Chapek at Walt Disney World, what would you say and do?
And you
Well,
can't hit
first
him.
I take him to the restrooms and show him the toilet paper we have to use over there.
Oh boy, here we
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Way to go, LeAnne.
Hey, Road Trip Day's not here. You gotta get a little rant in.
Yeah, what I'd say and do, you're right. It's tough, and I have no response to that.
I think the bathroom is a good place.
I don't mean it in a disparaging way, but I've always told Heather, I just wish they would take the time to think about these details. But
Yeah, I think if I could take him around the park, I'd say,
it's interesting because I know, and Bob's all the things that are going on. I talked to some cast members at Epcot at one of the stores, and I just asked their opinion, or one of them. I asked his opinion, and he explained how long he'd been with Disney, and he said, "Well, we're thankful because the stock price is great, and all of my retirement's in there. So, there's that piece of it." I don't know.
But it's come down.
Yeah. Well, everything's come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Adam the Woo was happy that he had sold his stock.
Oh.
You did say that.
Huh? Wow.
But I have seen Josh D'Amaro back when he first assumed the position of leadership for the parks, and he was out walking around talking, and that was great. He was talking to folks that were visiting Epcot, and it's not like he had this army of folks. He had one other cast member with him, and my first perception was very positive. Wave, said hello, and very, very personable. And Jeff Vail seems like he's very personable too. He's been there 30 years, something like that.
Wow.
I think. I don't know.
Okay, Dean, get us back on track.
Oh, I like that. That made it interesting. And to hear Blaine, now if you know Blaine is probably the nicest guy on earth, and he's being real honest here as well. So
yeah.
I think I would make Bob Jake I would force him to do a 7 a.m. Thing where you line up for what's that thing where the virtual queue, and say, okay, you get up and have your heart racing 1,000 miles an hour trying to get into a virtual queue.
Oh,
that's very good. That's very good. Yeah. It's one thing to walk around the park and folks know who you are, which you're probably not going to do. But that's one thing I've seen successful leaders do is go in and be a customer of your service, and see how it's running, and not to attack individuals, but I should say point out individuals, but to see how the experience was from a guest perspective. Reading figures and numbers on charts and spreadsheets is not indicative of what your guest experience is actually.
Right.
yeah.
What was that show, Undercover Boss? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
It's Chapek.
But and the key to it is you do it, and it's not in an attack file. It's a meaningful in your heart. You want to make this better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was just thinking that he might get beat up. So okay. My next question, I'm going to go like the most simple question here, and it's going to take you all. Well, you can talk about it if you would like. Skyliner or monorail?
Monorail. This is. I thought we all were going to answer quick.
I'm Skyliner. Sorry, but I
love him too.
Yeah. T-Town, LeAnne?
I haven't been on a Skyliner yet.
I will say
I'd
this.
probably take monorail.
Well, monorail is so classic, and you got to have that experience. But Skyliner does so many more people. It
Mhm.
is kind of private, and it's a cool experience, and you get to see some cool things. But you
It's
do
a
on
neat
Monterey.
experience, but it doesn't have air conditioning.
Yeah, it has the little vents. That is
I was
true.
there the first time that October with Heather's folks when it crashed together, and
Oh,
we
Oh,
were trying to get back to the hotel, and they closed that road because the Skyliner crossed over it. But yeah, they've worked the bugs out. But
yeah.
and you're right, the view is amazing. It is relaxing. The tough part, like if you're coming from Pop Century, and they don't have bus service, they want you to take the Skyliner.
Yep.
You're going with everybody
Yep.
at
mhm.
Pop,
Oh,
and then
no.
you have to get off the Caribbean. That's because that's a hub, and that's where you go to Hollywood or you go to Epcot, and then you got all of that, all the Caribbean beach folks, and so it becomes a big bottleneck
It
during
does.
opening times and closing
Opening.
times. I've seen the line for Epcot go all the way back to Yacht Club.
Wow.
You know what?
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
waited.
we just walked to the hotel and got an Uber back.
I waited an hour to get into Hollywood Studios from Pop, which you would just think an hour. But I did enjoy the wait. I am I'm old enough now where I can just learn to enjoy where I'm at. And but an hour seemed ridiculous.
Yeah.
One time I was, and I think I texted you, Dean, but I was leaving Epcot and I'd already seen the fireworks show a couple times that trip. And I don't remember if it was Harmonious had started yet or if it was the old Epcot Forever. But I just thought, okay, I've seen it twice this trip. Do I really want to wait in the long line, after the fireworks is over to ride the Skyliner back over to Pop Century? So I decided to, as the fireworks were started, I walked out and I just got on the Skyliner. But what I didn't realize is it kind of takes you all around the lagoon. The World Showcase Lagoon goes kind of along the back way, and then it turns as it heads towards, the next hotel. And I ended up being able to see all the way through to the grand finale, just kind of not right there, but from the Skyliner. So that's a little tip. If you don't have to stay for the end of it, you can kind of catch the grand finale from the Skyliner if you want to try to skedaddle out of there a little early.
That's
Yeah.
a great tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the comment. The line does go fast.
Yeah.
As long as it
Mhm.
unfortunately it'll stop occasionally. It depends on, I don't know what happens and why that happens when it does, but when it is running, it has a good flow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
90% of the time, it's just like you said, Ed, at certain times in the morning, especially, you just can get on the wrong track. It can take a
Mhm.
long time.
But
But
Cherry's right in what she's saying there. The Skyliner is definitely faster than the
oh
buses.
yeah,
No question about it. Especially at park close. So that's a good point. That is true.
yeah, yep. Well, that was a good question. Who? Oh, that was mine. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We're back to T-Town.
Okay. Is this our last question?
No, you have two more.
Okay. So this is very, very basic, and I don't think I know the answer. I can guess what the answer might be, but I really don't know. So who is your favorite character?
Favorite character? Yeah, that's Goofy.
Mm.
Okay, that's who I thought it would be, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. It's a neat character for sure. Yeah, there you go.
I have him back there too. He's hard to see. Okay, Bob.
Oh boy, you know what? I'm out of questions. That was my
Oh,
last one.
well, come up with one.
So,
Come on.
let's see. What kind of toothpaste do you use?
That's not Disney related.
Well, I don't know. You said to come up with something.
Whatever Heather buys is what I use.
Okay, well, I got one. I just thought of who likes. Are you both you and Heather kind of on the same level of Disney love, or is there one that's more so and not
Yeah.
as much?
No question. She's got the bug too. and that's dangerous. There's no yin and yang. So, yeah, that's why, moving there ultimately is a possibility. And there's other areas in Orlando that are fun to visit. I think Universal is doing a really good job, maintaining, and that Epic Universe is going to be quite a bit
Mm-hmm.
of activity around there. So, but and I know the tough things at Disney. It'll evolve. Disney's been helped. They stood the course of time. There's some bad things. Things get learned that we're all, as fans as long-term Disney fans as well. That I'll get through that. So I'm confident in the long term that it's just our passion is shared so broadly.
Right.
Oh yeah.
We all want to be a kid again.
Yeah. I appreciate that optimism.
Yeah.
I think maybe we need to hear that. And
I believe you're right too.
Yeah. Yep. It'll change ultimately because the things they're doing now can't continue to work. I think
Right.
they got lucky in some ways, but it's not about the dollar. We all know what Walt's vision was, and it wasn't this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But but I know there's folks like the Disney Baker Chris.
Oh, you froze. Well, hopefully he'll come back. Oh, he's starting
no,
to.
he's there. He's there.
There you are.
That's the good old internet connection out here.
So you were saying something.
Yeah, I was talking about the cast members.
Oh.
Yeah, we were concerned about some of the decisions, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of cast members that count on us as well to keep doing what we do. But we can't. That's the tough part. We can't support bad decisions, but I still go. I want to see the cast members. I want to see the Yeehaw Bobs. I want to see the Carols playing the piano. Those things. So.
Want to say hi to Kadani Sean? Nice to have you here.
Hey.
All right. Texas needs Starlink. I'm just learning what Starlink is. Bob, do you need it?
Well, my connection is horrible too, Ed. I got CenturyLink. The best we get is 3 meg down, and so right now I'm tethered to my AT&T phone, which gets good signal. So that's the only way I can do this.
I'm surprised mine's worked this long.
Yeah. I mean, if I try to go on my CenturyLink connection, I'll just be like a robot, just kind of moving every once in a while. So.
Bob needs Starlink.
I do too.
Right.
Yeah. We can't get it here because there's too many people have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why would there be too many? I mean,
it's just right now it's on delay for at least until next year sometime.
They just raised the price $25 a month.
Yeah.
I heard.
I would love to have Starlink. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. LeAnne.
Okay. Do you have a favorite live stream of yours from a Disney park? Is there one that just really stands out that you would want everyone to watch?
I don't watch my own live streams, LeAnne. It's just I don't want to watch myself. So I couldn't say. Do you have a favorite one of mine that you want to watch?
All of them? Is there one that you think is special because something special happened in it, or?
Yeah, nothing particularly stands out offhand. I
mean, I got one where my husband is dancing in the middle of Main Street.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything that sticks out. Yeah, some tough questions. I need to point that way.
Well, I'm trying to think outside of what everyone else is thinking, so it's kind of
Yeah,
so
very
we don't keep
creative.
stealing
LeAnne.
each other's questions.
It's your creativity, creative in questions and creative in your videos.
So
Oh my goodness, Jeff.
So that is one of my favorite live streams, and I'm not kidding. Was the time you and Heather hung out with Jeff and Angela,
Yeah,
went around the
yeah,
world and snacked. That was a
yeah.
good one.
Great folks. Walt, Melissa, we've hung out with them as well. Kelly and Yvonne, Mama Mouse. We've spent time with them, and we would have never known them if we had not done this in this community.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, hey, we've got this extended family. Let's make sure we say hello at least once, and it works out. We don't have to live stream. We can walk around and talk about what's going on, and you know, similar passions, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's doing those like the stream with Carlos and Jeff when we were getting on teacups, and we put poor Heather right there in the middle of us, and oh my gosh,
Oh no,
Poor Heather.
yeah.
Those teacups aren't very big.
No,
I
not
won't go on it.
not for three guys and a lady. No. It was tight, but yeah, that was we really enjoy those moments and spending time with everyone. So
Yeah.
and we learn things. And one thing that Heather and I are learning as we do this, yeah, poor Heather, that we're spending more time enjoying the details around the parks and the shows, and it's less about rides.
Yep.
We've been on the rides, we know what they're like, and but just walk around the Tree of Life and just really taking the detail of that whole structure. It's amazing, and there's some beautiful walkways back there I don't see anybody on, and you have little rivers running around and plants, and you know, that's one area. And then what Bob showed me a couple of years ago, he did a walkthrough back in Canada. We didn't know that existed. So we make it a point to take a walk. Look at the waterfall's huge. It's gorgeous back there. And the Victorian garden. I never saw that little hut back in the back. But then we'll sit there for a little while watching the Disney bunnies. They're not animatronic, right? But we see the Disney bunnies running around those gardens, and each time we find something that we're just taking it easier at Disney. It's not about, oh my gosh, because so many people are there. Oh, I got to get to this ride. I got to get this ride, and for me that becomes stressful. And I know there's some folks that they want to hit those rides, and it's difficult for them, and I feel bad when Rise of Resistance opened. And you had to play that game at 7:00 and bam. And we do it up by the Brown Derby. Seemed to be the best reception. Heather always landed it, but I'd see these families that this was their only visit out there and their kids, and they didn't get it.
Yeah.
And it just breaks your heart.
That's terrible. I was staying at Pop Century the first time, and I got up, and I was so nervous, and I got it, and then all of a sudden I heard the screams of people who you knew got it, and then I think I heard gunshots. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, okay, that was a little over the top, but you know what I'm saying. Just like you're saying, it was too tense.
Yeah, people cheering and people committing suicide.
Yeah, we didn't get Rise.
Yeah, just let a line create. First ones come. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I'm not an expert on it. But.
Well, look at one of your favorites, World of Motion. You did not ever need a fast pass for that great ride. It was almost always a walk on.
Yeah.
As was Horizons.
Oh, don't get me started on Horizons.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we got Mission Space. Yeah.
I rode that once.
Green or orange?
Orange.
Oh.
Yeah. That messed the rest of my day up.
Yeah. No, we would not do that.
I thought And I think Ed was on here earlier, Firepree. I thought, was it him or somebody else who ended up in
Ed.
the hospital after doing
2 times.
2 times?
Yeah, he didn't learn from the first one.
Wow.
You know.
I haven't been on it since. I've been to
Yeah.
Green, but
Yeah,
it's
the queue is better than the ride, actually.
yes.
Just
Yeah.
don't go on Green with Dean. He might trick you.
Scare you.
We
I
went
had Bob. Yeah.
we went one time, and I'm of course deathly afraid of orange. I've never been on orange, and I never will because I get motion sickness pretty easy. So we get in the line for Mission Space Green, and we sit down, and Dean notices there's this like orange tape on the on the thing in front of us. He goes, "Oh no, we're on the orange."
Oh no.
Apple's coming down, and I'm like, "Ah!"
Get me out of here.
And he starts
Yeah.
laughing. I went, "Oh my gosh, don't do that to me."
Yeah, that was mean. I'm sorry.
Uh,
All right. Well, you guys, we're going to ask one more question. And might I recommend it's your best one that you have left, the kind that makes everyone go, "Ah," or something like that. So, all right. T-Town, we're back to you.
I ran out of questions.
Oh, okay. You
I
don't have to
did.
have one.
Everybody else said my other questions.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
Bob, did you come up with another?
I did. Ed,
Excellent.
what did you think of Horizons?
That's true Epcot. It's education. It's similar to Spaceship Earth. I think there were tie-ins there between the two rides, and it wasn't about excitement. It was about education. It was about forward thinking and very unique. And I like Body Wars too, but the side vehicle concept, choosing, and that was kind of unique at the time. Choosing where you want to live, and then having that different experience was neat. And just the detail you put when you're using animatronics and real backgrounds and not a screen projection. And I loved the profile of the building. I thought it was well done. I miss it.
I'm with you. I mean, that's definitely, I think, for Dean too. It's just our favorite of all time.
Favorite of all time.
Nothing exceeds it. Including Rise of the Resistance, which I think is great, but it's just a different animal. It's the Horizons inspired you, and I think it was interesting. I was long time ago, I was with Josh and Jenna on a Friday night. I hung out with them on a Friday night stream, and we were in. There was the store that they closed that was kind of in. What was it called? The one I forget the big store that was in Epcot. The biggest store where you could buy trinkets and stuff. But when you walk out, we walked out into that breezeway between the store and the electric umbrella, the one that goes back to where Mission Space is now and everything. And so we walk out, and Josh looks at me and he says, "Now, Bob, take a look to the right and you will see Horizons." And I was like, "Oh, don't do that to me."
Well, Bob, the plants are still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
So it was funny. Just such nostalgia, and Josh is he's a very big Horizons fan as well, his favorite too. So we kind of commiserate, over the loss of that awesome attraction.
Yeah. I'm sure Rob Fuzz has a good classic well done video on his channel.
Yeah.
He does, but his World of Motion is actually I think one of the best I've ever seen. And
if you want to reminisce, he's got some great ones out there.
I just have to tell a funny story, and it was that I started a Facebook group back when you just start a group, and I called it Disney Admin, and I put a picture of Horizons on it, and I just put it there. People don't join your groups, but all of a sudden a whole bunch of people joined my group. The reason why was this one guy joined it, Lou Mangello. Lou Mangello joined my group, and I didn't know who he was, and I soon figured it out. But I think that he was attracted by the Horizons, and he loves Horizons.
Yeah.
So. All right, LeAnne.
Mickey bar or Dole Whip?
Deep.
Dole Whip, hands down,
For sure.
for sure. LeAnne, I can't go and at least have one Dole Whip, at least. And I love, and we're at what
Are
I
you
do.
the classic Dole Whip, or are you getting into the newer flavors that they're doing too?
No, I haven't really. The Dole Whip, I'll normally do the swirl just to mix it up so it's not too pineapple-y. And then Heather, where they exit the tiki room, they got those rocks, that perfect place to sit, relax, kind of out of the crowd, and enjoy your Dole Whip. Then when doors open, air conditioning feels great. It's all about AC in Florida.
Oh, I got to say thank you to Jeff or Angela who said mouse gear. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember that store.
Mouse
That
Gear.
was it.
That
Mouse
was
gear
it.
was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I miss Mouse Gear.
Do you think Epcot could maintain its relevance if it would have doubled down on the futuristic education model? Yes.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. That would have been,
Yeah.
that's nostalgia, I don't know how well it sells now, but
well,
I would have been a happy camper.
Yeah. Just think, because I remember, when they were, you'd go in there and you could do the video call with another person, and this is going to come and things like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And now, we are, and we're doing a global one. To go into the VR and some of the other stuff, just to kind of talk about that it could be relevant continuously and educational. There's a lot of things that companies and folks are working on. It's not ready yet, but it's conceptual, and that's neat to see. It's like, wow, how did they do that?
Yeah. That virtual reality was so cool. I remember going up and I was like, wow, I'm talking to somebody, and they seem to like me. I think they like me. Epcot was the first place I ever put my hands on a PC computer. Yeah. Well,
yep.
And what was where the Unisys? What was the attraction with the Sperry systems, Bob?
Yeah, the computer review or something like that. But so if Cherry, if that was the first place you touched a PC, that was probably a Sperry or a Sperry Univac PC. And me and Dean used to work at that company years ago up here.
We have 50, probably almost, well, not 50, but over 40 years there between the two of us.
Yeah, I was there 25 years.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna end it with one last question, Ed, and I hope it's going to be something of a repeat. But I want you to talk about 1974 when you went, and just share a magical moment about it, and why. What about that moment was so wonderful, and what you remember.
My brother, when we first got on Main Street, my brother was, he's more into the automotive, and I was into horses and things like that. We walked in and I said, I'm going to drive that horse trolley up and down Main Street. He's like, I'm driving that double-decker bus over there. And that was going to be our jobs. And we'd build, kind of like you guys did, we'd build a Lego layout when we'd get home of Main Street. Because I don't know if everybody remembers, it used to have two trolleys on Main Street all the time. And one would be up at the castle, one would be down at the train station. And that's why you have dual tracks in the middle of Main Street, because that was their crossing pattern. So they'd leave, at exact time. They'd get to those crossing tracks. The two trolleys would cross over, and then they go up there and take guests down or up again. That was really cool. Wow. That doesn't happen anymore, obviously. It's just Main Street's too crowded now to probably do that.
Yeah. Yep.
And I remember the trees. There was a lot of trees on Main Street.
Yeah.
But that's the two of us making that decision as soon as we walked into Main Street.
Awesome.
We had our lives figured out. That was going to be it.
So
7 years old, or something like that.
Did you go to every park on the year that it opened?
No.
Okay.
No. This we went. The reason it was in the 70s. My dad was stationed at the Air Force, Robins Air Force Base, and they would give the service persons. They had a military day, and you didn't have to use the e-tickets or something. We just got in for one flat fee, and so you didn't have to do that.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
memories.
Nice.
Probably boring your chat with that one.
Nope. And we had some great people here too. So Ed, we really appreciate you coming
Yeah.
and answering the panel.
Yeah, good questions, and yeah. So disclaimer: any opinion about Texas Takes is not the reflective on the live place.
And you can find Texas Takes link in the description, as well as all these other channels that don't even hardly promote themselves, like Epcot Bob. He always tells people, just go to somebody else's channel.
Yeah. take that support elsewhere to
Yeah.
somebody who actually produces something. So, Dean, I try to usually send them to you. You know, go to the live place.
I
go
do
to Dreamers
appreciate it.
Empire. In fact, if I ever live stream, I do it on Dean's channel because he's got more subs than I got. So
That's right.
Yeah, LeAnne's growing.
Mhm.
You're working hard at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has great videos.
yeah.
She has a good feel for it.
Okay, LeAnne, I'll send more to you.
Okay.
Forget Dean. You're
Mary-
done, Dean.
Ah!
I've really been enjoying. If I had to list one of my favorite things that we've done as a vlog, is the T-TownMaryEllen and I doing our Oklahoma Route 66. That was really
that was
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've hit several destinations on Route 66 previously too.
Yeah.
It's really neat. Yeah. Good work.
Agreed. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. Nice to have you here. Thank you, panel. All right. And I'm going to say goodnight, and I forget my tagline always. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. It was great to see you and everybody in the chat. So thank you so much for stepping in.
And Ed, thank you. And by the way, Ed sometimes will go live on a Saturday morning, which was sometimes when I happen to be on, and he'll show some of the classic cars that he's works with, and so that's really cool.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he's-
Ed, hopefully someday we'll cross paths in the parks, and
Well, we
that'd
will.
be awesome.
Yeah.
We're planning on it.
Yeah.
October. We already locked and loaded that one. So
Me too.
That's
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, you are going in October?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I will be free to go.
Okay.
So, all right.
All right.
Thanks again, Ed.
Thank you, everyone.
T-TownMaryEllen, LeAnne, Epcot Bob. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks, guys.